Hey, brothers and sisters. Today is July 14th, 2023. And I just felt led by the Holy Spirit to reshare this dream that I had before I even had a YouTube channel. This dream right here is basically the dream that started it all with my online ministry. My son had recently been diagnosed with leukodystrophy, and I was in a really bad place. And I was going to sleep with my little boy next to me, and I was just thanking the Lord for every blessing. I was thanking him for Skylar and just for everything I could thank him for. And I wasn't mad at God, but I just knew that I wasn't going to wake up. That's how much pain I was in. I couldn't function. It was literally like I was going to die from just the grief of finding out that I was going to lose my little boy. And I just knew that I wasn't going to wake up. And this is the dream that the Lord gave me that night. And the next day I woke up and I had complete joy, which is not possible unless it was from God. So here we go. Hello, everyone. It's February 10th, 2018. And I just wanted to go over a dream that I had last January of 2017. I've done a video on it a while ago, but I just wanted to go over it again. Basically, what was going on, excuse me, in January was our little boy. He was diagnosed then with leukodystrophy, which is like MS, but more progressive. And I was in a horrible state of mind, and every possible fear you could think of was enveloping me. And I had a dream one night that was, I believe, very prophetic and from God. And basically, I'm just going to go over the dream again now. So, in this dream, I was looking for my husband and my son, and I couldn't find them. And I came across this long, kind of rectangular red house. It was really, really shiny and glossy, and it had 3 doors. And I couldn't figure out how to get the doors open because they were very flush with the house, but I finally managed to get one of the doors open. I went inside the house, and it was really peaceful and quiet, but nobody was there. So then all of a sudden, instantly, I was inside of a hospital, and there was this doctor standing in front of me. And I was asking him all these questions, like, how are you going to help my son? And where is he? And where's my husband? And it was just a lot of, like, the things that I was feeling in my conscious life, basically. And this doctor was pretty much, like, just ignoring me and not even really looking at me. And then I noticed all these people were coming in on like, gurneys and stretchers, and I didn't see, like, any blood or, anything like that on them, but I just knew that something major had happened. And this doctor was just overwhelmed, and this hospital was just so full of people on stretchers everywhere, and you could barely really walk in the hospital. But it wasn't shocking to me to see this. I was just trying to keep talking to this doctor. Well, like I said, he was just tuning me out, ignoring me, and seemed like really overwhelmed by what was going on in the hospital, all these people coming in on stretchers, and he just ended up just walking away from me. So I was just like, in the dream, I was just like, oh, great, and I just had this feeling of helplessness like I did, in reality. And I went into this kind of little room and sat down on this chair feeling just absolutely helpless and not knowing where my son was or my husband, and just feeling just helpless. And so I'm sitting in this chair, and I notice this light, like a little white ball of light on this wall, this white wall in front of me. And it started slowly moving up this wall while I was following it with my eyes. And it got bigger and bigger as it went up the wall.
A little ball of white light was on the wall, and it was going up the wall and getting bigger and bigger. Remember that.
And then all of a sudden it turned into like a huge rainbow-colored cross. And I heard God's voice say, don't pay attention to anything you see going on around you. Just look at me. And then instantly I was back inside of that red house without going through the doors or anything. I was just instantly inside of it. And I was led, I didn't see anyone or hear anything, but I knew I was led by the Holy Spirit to this huge basket of seeds. It was a wicker basket with a handle. It was dark brown, and it had so many pods of seeds in it. And when I saw this, I was so excited and so full of joy and peace, and like it wasn't something that I believe is possible to be that happy on earth. You know, it was just very intense joy and a sense of purpose and destiny. And it took me, you know, a long time to even kind of understood what that meant, but I woke up with absolute peace when, I mean, the day before that was so impossible. So, anyway, so I just wanted to share that again. And basically, I wanted to talk about how the past 2 weeks I've been feeling like I was in that dream in the hospital because our son hasn't been doing very well. His walking and his balance has you know, progressively gotten worse. And it seems like the Holy Spirit is very strongly reminding me of how the cross appeared on the wall next. Because, you know, everything I was feeling in that hospital is what I've been feeling again the past few weeks. So the Holy Spirit's
more like since 2017.
Been reminding me of the cross on the wall, how that happened next in the dream. And he told me to not pay attention to anything I see going on around me, but to just look at him. And then I was instantly inside that red house with the 3 doors, full of peace, love, and joy, and was led to that basket overflowing with seeds. And I couldn't wait to plant them. Well, I really feel like the Holy Spirit is telling me that now is that time.
The basket of seeds that's overflowing was the Lord showing me my YouTube ministry before I even had one.
And I also feel like the people I saw coming into the hospital on gurneys everywhere could maybe represent what's happening now in the world too. And specifically speaking about this flu that's going all over the place in the US, and it's killing people. They actually have triages set up outside of hospitals. People are dying. It's really bad. So the hospitals are just overloaded, you know, with people with this flu. So maybe that's maybe what God was showing me in the dream. So, you know.
What he was actually showing me was COVID 19.
I'm not sure, but it's interesting to me because the Holy Spirit kind of put in my remembrance how the people weren't like bloodied up or anything. They just looked really, really sick and weak and everything. So, I mean, I don't know, but so I just wanted to share that again and see what you all think. And
so after that doctor in the hospital walked away from me, and basically this COVID 19 thing I was seeing that in the hospital. I was looking at it. That's come to pass, okay? The next thing is I sat down in a waiting room, which I've been sitting in a waiting room since 2017, and I just felt helpless. And I'm looking at this wall in front of me, and all of a sudden this ball of white light, this ball of white light appeared in front of me. And I was watching it, and it was slowly moving up the wall. And as it did, it got bigger and bigger and bigger. And then suddenly, it turned into a huge rainbow-colored cross. And the Lord said, "Don't pay attention to anything you see going on around you. Just look at me." So this picture I took tonight, oops. And what I was doing, I was laying on this couch right here, and our house faces the east. And a long time ago, I've shared this before too, the Lord told me upon awakening, bright and morning star, which is in Revelation 22:16, which says, "I, Jesus, has sent mine angel unto you to testify to you of these things." I am the bright and morning star, the root and the offspring of David. So I was thinking about that because I've noticed, like, the past few weeks when I look out that window in the east, right in my line of view from my eyes, if I'm laying on the couch, I can see perfectly Venus, the bright and morning star. And I was actually trying to take a picture of it from laying down on the couch there. And I go to take a picture, and as I'm taking a picture, I see this white ball of light coming towards me, and no, it was not a speck of dust, and no, it was not a lens flare. And I took other pictures after that, and it's not there. So I posted this on my community page, and sadly, a whole bunch of people were saying really horrible stuff, actually, that it's demonic and blah, blah, blah. You know, let me tell you something. Since I was a little girl, I have seen in the spirit. I see good things and I see bad things constantly, my entire life. And so does my son. And the stuff that the Lord shows me comes to pass all the time. Okay? So if you want to be negative and think it's demonic, then you go right ahead. Just keep your comment to yourself. Because I'm really getting sick of people saying they're Christian, and anything that's supernatural that happens, they automatically say it's demonic. It's ridiculous. We serve a supernatural God. He created the entire universe. And I know him very intimately, and so does my son. And he will not move me from him. So, like I said, I just felt led by the Holy Spirit to reshare this dream and this picture. So I saw the ball of light in the dream, and then it turned into a huge rainbow-colored cross. I've had many dreams and visions before where the rainbow that the Lord shows me represents the rapture. You guys, he's really coming. We're about to be standing before Jesus. I cannot wait. To thank him for all that he is, all that he has done, and all that he will do for the glory of love. Love you guys. Look up. Not too long. Listen and hold fast.